Hello and welcome back to UMAMI Eats. Today we're going to be making a pan-seared salmon. It's a 5-minute meal. If you're stretched for time, it would go really well with grilled zucchini because grilled zucchini only takes 5 minutes too. So let's get started. Today we're going to be seasoning the salmon with the Stardust. This is a star anise-based blend with ginger and garlic. Salmon really is quite versatile. I would use the everything spice on it. I would use the herb turkey, the Middle Eastern, the hot Mexican. But I also really like the Stardust on it. That's why I wanted to use it. So I have about 2 tablespoons of the spice mixture in this jar, and I'm just gonna drizzle it with olive oil lightly and just brush it. This helps the spice to stick to the fish. And I always try to use my hand when I'm seasoning. It's a bit more precise. You want to coat the salmon with the Stardust, but you don't want it to be too clumpy. So that's what's nice about seasoning with your hand, because sometimes when you sprinkle it out of the jar, you can't control how much comes out at one time. And one thing I find with seasoning, especially meat, is that the denser the meat, the more seasoning it can handle. So if you have like a white flesh fillet, you might not coat it completely all over just because you don't want to overpower it. But with something like salmon, this is a thick piece and it's a little bit heavier than other fish, so it's hard to hurt it. This is one of my favorite 5-minute meals because, as you can see, I've just cleaned my salmon, dried it, drizzled it with some olive oil. I'm gonna put it in the pan on medium heat in a hot pan, and I'm gonna cook it for 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes on each side. And that'll give you a medium well piece of salmon, which is nice. If I have a really thick piece of salmon, sometimes I'll do it for 6 minutes, but 5 is pretty much the norm for me. So I'm gonna heat my pan. You can obviously heat your pan while you're getting it ready, but it doesn't matter. I've just put the salmon on and set my timer to 5 minutes. It's the 2.5 minute mark, and I'm turning my salmon over now. You want to turn it over gently so that you don't break it. I usually cook my salmon in a cast iron pan or a non-stick pan, just because it makes it easier. If I feel like my salmon's browning too fast, sometimes I'll turn it over before the 2.5 minute mark and just turn it over more than once. Sometimes when I use spice blends with paprika in them, I find that it browns quicker than other blends. So I'm not a person who likes food to be charred on the outside, so I would just keep turning it over and let it cook that way. So I've just taken the salmon off the pan, and I'm just going to cover it lightly with oil for 5 minutes just so that it can rest. So I let my salmon rest for 5 minutes, and I thought I would just plate it just because it's so pretty, and so that you can see what an UMAMI 5-minute meal looks like. I want to see your 5-minute meal. Good luck. Bye.